This morning I'm making a spot for the chicks to go. We have some hatching in the incubator right now, so I have some straw and a spot to put them in a heated place, and I have some plastic and tarping, so we will put this together. So I did 3 layers of plastic. I know the 2 bottom ones weren't in perfect condition. The top layer I don't think it has any holes in it, so hopefully that keeps the moisture in. So I've completed the cardboard barrier. It's just basically cardboard pieces, boxes cut up, and tape. I used duct tape for a little bit of it, and I used a clear tuck tape for the other parts. So it seems fairly sturdy. There's no really sharp corners. You're supposed to keep it fairly round and not square corners, otherwise the chicks can get crowded in there and then they can't get out and then they get suffocated and die. So, and this is quite large. There's just plenty of room. So now I'm going to fill it with some straw and get the feeders ready and the lights ready. Here's my straw bale. This is one that we've baled on our own farm here. So I have the twines off. I'm going to spread it around. You can use these for hanging up the lights. This will just give a nice bed for the chicks, so it'll absorb any of the moisture that if they spill their water or if they do anything, it'll absorb it, and it gives a good grip for their footing. I'll spread it, and then I'm also going to kind of pack it a little bit so it's not too fluffy that they get lost underneath it. I'm not going to use the whole bale. This is quite a lot. I'll just sprinkle some on top every so often just to keep the top surface clean for the chicks as they grow. So like I said, the bale was quite large. So what I just did here is I took the big size garbage bag, the drum size for a barrel, and I just fed the bale kind of back into it. This way I can have the straw handy so I can replace any of the straw, keep a clean layer on top, but it's also not making a mess all over my garage. So I've spread the straw out. I walked around the outside edges, kind of packed down the fluffy straw on the edge so a chick couldn't get caught against the cardboard and with the straw. They're pretty agile little things, so for the most part they're fine, but every so often. So I got a nice bed of straw here for them. It's quite a big area, so there'll be lots of room for them. I'm going to set up the heat lamps here right away and set out the feed and the feeders and the waterers. It's coming along. So we have one light. We'll have an idea of what the straw temperature is. So I've had the thermometer underneath the heat lamp here for a little while, and it says that it's about 96 degrees or so right now. So I'm gonna drop the heat lamp just a little bit, just so it's a little closer. The chicks can go farther away from the light. If they're here, they could come over if it's just the right temperature here, but at least they would have the chance to have it a little bit warmer right where they need to be. So we're still fine-tuning the adjustments here. So I pretty much have this set up. I've been checking the temperature underneath the heat lamps, and it's right around 100, a little bit less on one, a little bit more on the other. So that gives them a chance that they can choose where they want to be. I filled the waterers up with cold water. You don't want to do warm water because then the chick doesn't notice the shock of a different temperature, and then it might sit in the water and get chilled. Here's the feeder. I'm going to fill it with some feed. I've chosen the medicated crumbled feed because my chicks are not vaccinated. So this basically gives them their vaccination. So there's our feed. So now it's ready for chicks. Here's the chicks. It's been about 1 day since they've been starting to hatch. Some of them even a little bit sooner. It's getting fairly foggy in here. They're quite active, so I'm going to open it once and put them in the box and take them to the heat lamps. And then I'll let the other eggs that haven't hatched yet still have a chance. I'm not sure if they will hatch or not. So here's the little chicks. These are the ones we hatched. These are from our laying hens and our rooster. There's 3 dark ones, and the rest are brown or yellow. We have a total of 14 chicks here. Absolutely adorable. I'm going to let them under the lamp. That's 14. So I've just set them down, and already they are enjoying the heat lamps. They're sitting on the thermometers. It looks white like they're where they were born, the floor of the incubator. So maybe that's why they like sitting on the thermometer. I think it's a good temperature. They're not peeping really loudly. They're just walk around and they lay down and sleep and they walk around. That's the warmer lamp. I see they're starting to come a little farther away from it, right underneath it, so they're learning about the temperature. So I've checked on these guys a few times and they seem quite happy. I don't think they've wandered over to the food yet. So I'm gonna just sneak it over by them. Maybe they'll try it out. This is the youngest one. Hi, baby. Here's a trick of their moms. There we go. See? Didn't work. One of them came running though. Usually they come and they peck at whatever you're tapping. There we go. There, success.